this evening. Welcome everyone. So time is running. So what is Haust? But shall I click or? Who is my clicker? Nice, thank you. Stop the time, stop the time. So what is Haust Network? Actually, this is the ecosystem and basically a wallet with DeFi tools and native yield in one app. And what are we? What problems do we see now? Like for the end customer to enter the market, there are still some barriers, and problems connecting wallets, moving from one staking protocol to another, security breaches, and actually quite complex process to enter the DeFi market. Excuse me, but everyone wants to be there. Oh, switching. Everyone wants to be there, and to have a mass market, we need to find a solution. That's how Haust Network appeared, because we are actually the users of the DeFi now, and we see that there are a lack of solutions that could be a good entrance for the users to the market. So we created Haust. For the tech guys, you can see how the system works with the Haust store smart contracts. We actually created this to seamlessly distribute rewards from different staking protocols into the Haust native network and distribute rewards for users as soon as they deposit any funds to the Haust network. They're automatically distributed into the different networks connected. We will start with Polygon, Ethereum, and Binance, and we'll expand like as soon as it's possible. In Haust wallet, we have the DEX and the protocol itself with different mechanics, allowing people also to restake their asset, which are not locked, of course, in the wallet, and use them for the secondary use. And we actually have a good retention and feedback regarding our design during the tests. And now Haust is a test network, and we're actually preparing to go live by the end of the year, and I hope so. So this is a non-custodial wallet, and basically the technology and the network is built on Polygon SDK rollup. On top of that, we added the account abstraction, added a layer and data availability, and everything is under the hood. So users just easily enter, the application and use it as the same daily banking tools they used to. That's the core thing we see the potential. We have also like token distribution mechanics, which is based on like Raffle with blockchain hashes, like the one without human participation, which is fair and very interesting. And this is like not an airdrop we will offer as an incentivized program when we launch the app. And we see actually very interesting feedback as well from the community, which is quite rapidly and natively growing, because we're a social driven project and we don't have any VCs, so we're growing and expanding by ourselves. And we've done all that with a great team and partners, and basically with Gateway and Navice, who is responsible for the blockchain infrastructure and application itself. So we're happy to be here and on Staking Summit and present Haust. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, would love to. 5 minutes is almost left.
Awesome. Yeah, perfect. So we have questions for the jurors, for the judges. Anyone has a question?
So I don't. maybe I'm speaking for myself here, or maybe some people here. Sometimes I feel like there's like wallet fatigue out there. There's like so many different wallets out there. You have like, for example, MetaMask for some reason continues to be like the leading wallet. And, there's like, you have Rabbies, you have Coinbase Wallet from and stuff like that. So I kind of want to get your take on like how you trying to compete or reason with the fact that like MetaMask is still like a dominant player, and you're trying to build a wallet in a space that like gets a lot of like wallets in general.
As a user of MetaMask, and I'm sure you too, when I'm showing it to my mom or a friend who is not related to crypto, they're coming crazy, and a lot of people they're not too much in tech when it comes to have some tools like inbuilt yield and DEX tools inside one application. I didn't see that MetaMask has anything like that. And besides that, other wallets as well, they're not allowed to have like multiple yield with DeFi protocols connected to the application. So of course, the market will evolve and market players may be peer, but I think we are like one of the first applications who will serve the DeFi tools and DEX and user-friendly design, and an account abstraction. So all top tier, like features we can offer now, the Haust will provide.
Sorry, one more question. With the DeFi aspect of it, right? Like you talked about like showing like your grandmother, for example, or showing your mother, yeah, right? Like I mean, I do the same thing, right? The thing about like DeFi right now is that it is kind of like overwhelming. And what I've found is that how do you like reason with like showing the DeFi aspect with like, so you show like a good user experience, but then there's like also like all this like incredible amount of DeFi, which then all of a sudden becomes a bad user experience because there's so much optionality for the user, right? So you make it easier for people to like look into this stuff, but then it becomes harder because then now there's so much to do. So like, how do you make sure that it's not overwhelming for the user once you get that like, onboarded user?
Too complex question. So, could you please repeat?
Yeah. So the thing about user experience, right, and I don't know if people agree with me, is the thing about user experience is that you make it easier for people to onboard to things, right?
Yes.
100%. And, your wallet's supposed to be easier for people to get onboarded, right? So now we're onboarded, right? But the thing is, you have this like kind of like built-in DeFi aspect to it, which I can see right now you have like many different like protocols and supply and borrow and stuff like that. Yeah. Suddenly that becomes a bad user experience again, because now that people are onboarded, you just give them unlimited options to do something. Yeah. So the question I have for you is that how are you going to mitigate against that? It's almost user fatigue when they get to see so many options in the wallet.
No, actually, the main thing is the native yield, which comes to you when you're just simply depositing funds to the wallet, and all other things actually, educated through easy social mechanics and games and things that are coming to our life now, and as the tasks, platforms, and things like this evolving, I don't think things like this would be much more complicated than using, like your banking app actually.
Thank you.
Hi. Thank you. I think these might just be like shorter questions, just so I fully understand. In terms of the native yield element, I think you said at the start, basically by depositing these assets, you guys on the back end are staking them and getting the yield that way. Yeah. Is that correct? So is that just proportional to the amount of assets I've deposited? As if I were to stake it natively, I'm getting the same sort of yield on those assets.
You're getting the yield out of all networks connected, no matter like if you just deposit, I don't know, 100 USD from ETH network, but the rewards will be distributed on your account accordingly to all the networks connected and all the yield generating from different protocols.
Got it. So the ETH yield, the Binance yield is being shared with the stable coins on the platform as well. So getting a lower yield on ETH because it's being shared with, say, the people who have deposited stables, essentially.
Yeah.
Got it. And then in terms of, is it just a mobile wallet application?
No, it's not going to be only a mobile application. It's going to be a web version as well. And we're going to launch the mini app in Telegram as well.
Got it. And then last question, just on the DeFi elements in terms of the integrations with the DeFi and the DEX. I get it within the mobile. When it's on the browser extension, will I, as a more advanced user, be able to interact with whatever protocols I want to, or is it just the ones that are going to be integrated?
They're trying to help me. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Can I answer a question?
All right, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
We can't take any more questions. Yeah, that's the nature of the game. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
yeah.
A little bit tired.